What is up, you guys? I am back with another playoff prediction video. You're probably noticing that the second round is past the halfway point. What the heck am I doing releasing a video right here, right now? And, well, I like making these videos, and I didn't get the opportunity to sit down and make a second round prediction video. But technically, none of the second round series are over yet, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it in this video. And I'm going to be a little preemptive. I'm going to do my conference finals prediction here as well. So you're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 playoff matchups predicted. In the first round, I was pretty good. I got 7 of 8 correct. The only one I got wrong was I had the Orlando Magic taking down the Cleveland Cavaliers. Maybe I was a little too ahead of myself. The Orlando Magic did a lot this season, but they were not quite ready, I guess, to win a single game on the road, so they ended up losing, but that's okay. They did a lot this year, and it was really fun to watch. So, without any further ado, let's dive into these series. First up, the Boston Celtics are taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Celtics currently lead the series 3-1. I was very impressed with Cleveland taking Game 2. I think you really have to give a lot of praise to their team defense. They are good at rebounding, they are good at defending the paint, they are good at getting hands in passing lanes, and Donovan Mitchell can score with the best of them. The problem is the rest of the team is extremely inconsistent with scoring the basketball. Darius Garland's been just okay, Evan Mobley has been just okay. That's about it. I'm going through the stats right here, right in front of me. Nobody else is shooting the long ball well. Barely anyone's scoring. Karis LeVert's giving him 10, but not really doing it so hot. They have a lot of issues. Plus, Jarrett Allen is out with an injury. They just also Donovan Mitchell. Hello, he just missed Game 4, so that's not good. I think Boston's going to take this series, and they need to. They need to get this series over with. Kristaps Porzingis is out with an injury. Jason Tatum has been pretty bad this entire postseason. Through 9 games, he's shooting 50% from 2 and 26% from 3. That is atrocious. Now, he's doing a lot of the other things. He's rebounding, he's creating, he's defending okay, although not really that well. But they need some days off. They need to get their bodies right, their minds right, because they're kind of in a unique situation compared to every other team, especially in the Western Conference. They've had dogfights every single series so far. Boston was astronomical favorites in round 1 and astronomical favorites in round 2. They have not really been tested yet, so they need to lock in and get ready for round 3, their first tough matchup, potentially. And honestly, depending on who comes out on the other side, they could have 3 easy series before they finally get to their tough one, which is kind of sad because if you look at the Western Conference, there are 4 teams that were eliminated in the first round. That would give the Boston Celtics a really, really hard time. But that's the reality of not necessarily geographic coincidence, but the reality of the owners in the East just not being very good compared to the owners in the West at building actual competitive teams. So I think Boston will take Game 5, and that will be that. Moving on to the second series in the East, you have the New York Knicks taking on the Indiana Pacers. Pacers have this entire matchup, actually. It's been just extremely volatile. You'll have games where one team wins by 30, and the very next game, the other team will win by 30. I don't understand it. Indiana's offense is extremely inconsistent. Tyrese Halliburton has been MIA about 75% of the time. Miles Turner is not producing very much. Pascal Siakam is barely doing anything. He's efficient. I got to give Siakam a little bit of credit for his efficiency inside the arc, but actually 58%. I guess he seemed a lot better than he was. By the way, if you guys noticed my refrigerator making a lot of noise, I apologize. There's not a single quiet room in my house right now, so that's why I'm in the kitchen. I know it's weird. I got to give a lot of credit to TJ McConnell. He's been extremely feisty off the bench, averaging not even a steal. What the heck? See, even though they'll have their moments and they're super, super fun to watch, and you're like, oh man, Indiana has arrived, they will have just the biggest fuddy-dud of a game you can imagine the next game. And for New York, they're kind of in the exact same situation. There are games where Jalen Brunson looks like an MVP candidate. All their other dudes are doing their job. You know, Dante DiVincenzo scoring and defending. Anunoby and Hart are elite defensive players. Isaiah Hartenstein, extremely valuable defensive player. They got a lot of dudes. but they're so inconsistent, and they're also dealing with a lot of injuries. They only have 5 guys who have played in every single playoff game. Everyone else has either dealt with injuries or just been DNP CD'd. Currently, the series is 3-2 New York leads. Game 6 will be in Indiana. It would not shock me if Indiana wins that game by 25 points. But ultimately, I think we're going to see New York Knicks taking the series. Then let's go to the Western Conference. We've got the Oklahoma City Thunder at the number 1 seed taking on the Dallas Mavericks, the 5 seed. They actually upset the LA Clippers, which everyone saw coming because Kawhi Leonard's hurt, because Kawhi Leonard is always hurt. Clippers, what are you thinking? You traded Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for Paul George. Stupid. Anyways, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is balling out. He's had some not so spectacular games, but he's been, 29 points per game average. His not so spectacular games are still some other players' best games of their lives. Jalen Williams has been good. Chet Holmgren has been just phenomenal. He's not knocking down his threes, though. 28% from downtown is bad. But other than that, 3 blocks per game, 61% on his twos, 8 rebounds. Chet Holmgren, wow. Lou Dort, the Torture Chamber. My goodness, this man has sparked a lot of controversy with his fouling. Well, it's funny, if you go on Reddit and look at both teams' Reddit pages where the fans just basically rant and rave about their players and their games, Oklahoma City Thunder fans feel like Lou Dort is getting just gypped and screwed over by the refs. You go to Dallas side, they think Lou Dort is assaulting players. It's really comical to read 2 different fan bases' opinion on the exact same plays from the exact same players. But Lou Dort in general, he's knocking down his threes. I got to give him that. Josh Giddey's been kind of a weird one because he keeps starting every single game, and he'll play like 12 minutes, and it's really odd. Like, why do they bother putting him in the starting lineup if they're just going to take him out 6 minutes in and then bench him the rest of the half every single time? There was like a running joke every single game. They'd open up with like a 8-point deficit until they take Giddey out, and then the real game starts. Although in the last game, game 4, I think it was, he actually finished the game with a plus-minus of +6, which was the best on the team. So maybe that's coming around. It's funny, he's hitting 38% of his threes. And he is often just harassed online for being a bad 3-point shooter. He's shooting better from 3 than Shai Gilgeous-Alexander or Chet Holmgren or Aaron Wiggins, who's like a 3-point shooting specialist. So what's going on there? I like the Thunder. Dallas Mavericks, though, oh my lordy, Luka Doncic. He has been kind of bad. Now, he's amazing. Luka has a control of the game unlike any other. His rebounds, his passing, his defense, his ability to create shots, he has been exceptional, but my goodness, he is so fragile / like hot-headed. He gets so upset. Literally, watch a Thunder and Maverick game, every single possession. If Luka is shooting the ball or passing to someone, if Luka touches the ball, if he is involved in the play at all, he will turn and he will have something to say to the officials every single time. He is just out of control. Is he out of control? I don't know. Depends on your opinion. I think he's out of control. I think he's being he's hurting his team. There are plays where the play is going on and Luka has his, if you can hear that by the way, it's thunderstorming. There's a play going on. His teammate has the ball underneath the basket and Luka's standing, 8 feet beyond the 3-point line facing the other way yelling at a ref. It's like, come on Luka, we're in a game. I know you're upset, but this is the game. You can argue and complain during all the stoppages, but right now you got to lock it in play. He's shooting 26% from 3 on 9 tries a night. That's atrocious. Also, Kyrie Irving had a really good first round. He's had a bunch of duds in round 2. He is just not producing anything. But I got to give a lot of credit to PJ Washington. He's been amazing. I got to give a lot of credit to Daniel Gafford. He has been, well, I guess not as amazing as it seems. 8 points, 5 rebounds, 51% from the field. It seems like he's doing better than that. Oh, man. I'm going with Oklahoma. They're going to win at least game 5. They probably will finish it off in game 6. They might go to 7, but whatever. Oklahoma's coming out on top. And the last matchup of the first round, we have the Denver Nuggets versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. And holy guacamole, you guys. After 2 games, Minnesota had won 6 games in a row. They swept the Phoenix Suns. Suns were embarrassed. Then they beat Denver twice in Denver. You were seeing Anthony Edwards is the next Michael Jordan online. You were just, Anthony Edwards was everywhere. He's the new face of the league. He's just everything. And then after that, they get their Defensive Player of the Year to Rudy Gobert, well deserved. A whole bunch of players actually on the Timberwolves won awards. Karl Anthony Towns, Mike Conley, Naz Reid, they all got some sort of trophy, which funny enough, Edwards did not get one. I don't know if the first, second, and third teams have been handed out yet. Edwards probably will get one of those, I would imagine. Maybe not. I'm not 100% sure on that. But my goodness, this is a very decorated Minnesota team. But Nikola Jokic put his foot down. He said, look, it's cute. You guys are on the rise. Edward, that's cool. Gobert, he protects the rim really good. Karl Anthony Towns can knock down some threes. Mike Conley, everyone loves Mike Conley. But I'm the best basketball player on the planet, and I'm going to win these games now. And that's what he's done. Nikola Jokic, 28, 13, and 9 with 2.4 stocks per game. 62% on his twos, 59% effective field goal, 90% from the foul line. Nikola Jokic has been an absolute monster. Jamal Murray's been very shaky. In fact, he's been pretty bad on some occasions, but it's not slowing them down, at least from Game 3 onward. Michael Porter Jr., my goodness, this dude has gone through a lot the past couple of months, but he's playing really well. Aaron Gordon is looking like a monster. I had him number 100 in my top 100 players list, but if you go based off of just the postseason alone, I probably have him in my top 50. He has been so good for them. 65% on his twos, 39% from downtown. Aaron Gordon's a monster. Minnesota, you're great. You're awesome. I was leaning towards picking Minnesota after game 1, after game 2, but then I saw game 3 and I changed my mind. Denver's going to win this series, as they should. They are the better team. They are going to go to the conference finals again. And now we're going to get to the conference finals predictions. I'm probably just going to leave all these extra mess ups in, because this entire video is one take. So if you heard the dog door flap open or me stutter a word, I apologize. Conference finals, Eastern Conference, Boston Celtics, New York Knicks. Look, the Knicks, you had an amazing run. You guys, you wanted to be good. You made win now moves. You got OG Anunoby. You got Josh Hart. You brought on Dante DiVincenzo. You went out and picked up Isaiah Hartenstein. Underrated, underappreciated. You went out and got Bojan Bogdanovic. He hasn't done anything for you in this postseason, but you went out and got him. This is an extremely well-made team. It proves you do not need 2 or 3 superstars to contend. You do not. You don't even need one top 10 player in the league to contend. I love Jalen Brunson, don't get me wrong. I don't think he's a top 10 player in the league. The Knicks are an amazing team, but they are extremely inconsistent, and they've been very injury-plagued. Boston, I know they've had a lot of problems. I know they haven't looked like the best team in basketball for the last 3 weeks. I know Kristaps Porzingis is going to be coming back from an injury. I get it. I'm still picking Boston to win this series. Boston is just too good. If they can show up to this series and look at least 10% better than they've looked in round 1 and 2, they're going to beat the Knicks. Give me the Boston Celtics going to the NBA Finals, where they will face one of the Oklahoma City Thunder or Denver Nuggets. Holy guacamole, this is an awesome matchup. I think the Thunder are so pumped up, amped. This is such an exciting time to be a Thunder fan. I'm looking at this roster, by the way. Literally every single guy in the rotation is 25 or younger. That is amazing. You do not see that on a team that gets to the conference finals ever. They've got Chet at 21, J-Dub, or is it J-Will? J-Dub, I'm pretty sure, is 22. J-Will is 21. Cason Wallace is 20. Isaiah Joe's 24. Josh Giddey, 21. Shea's only 25. Lou Dort's only 24. My goodness, this is a fun team. They are hungry. They are gonna put up an epic fight. They are going to win some games they shouldn't. Denver, though. You have all that. Denver has Nikola Jokic. There is nobody on Oklahoma City's team who can stop Nikola Jokic. He is too big for Chet Holmgren. He is going to be a massive problem for Chet Holmgren. I get it. Nikola Jokic, he's not gonna back somebody down a lot, but he is going to. He actually is. He's going to catch the ball at the perimeter, or maybe like at the free throw line extended. He's going to look around for passes. Aaron Gordon's stronger than anyone on the team as well, so he might just attack Chet Holmgren and just annihilate him. But Jokic will just, he'll turn around, use a shoulder, go in a couple times, and take a little nothing 4-foot shot, and he'll make it. He's good at that. I think Jokic is going to just go off and go crazy. Now, they need their shooters to make their shots. Denver's biggest weakness is they are an extremely shallow team. Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter Jr., Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, that's it. They don't have anyone else doing Bo Diddley squat on their team. Christian Brown, 5 points per game, shooting 26% from 3. He's their best sixth man. They are 5-man deep. They've had a couple, Justin Holiday had a good game one time, but that's it. It's 5 against Oklahoma. I'm looking at their lineup. They're like 9 deep, and they're good 9 deep. It's kind of amazing. Gordon Hayward has played 7 games and has not made a single point. That's crazy. They got him for nothing, and I guess he's worth nothing. Holy cow. Okay, who's going to win this matchup? My man. Oh, man. Wow. Denver, they have 5 guys playing 35 minutes or more per game. That's a lot. After that, they've got Christian Brown playing 16. Meanwhile, Oklahoma has, what is this? They have 8 guys playing at least 16 minutes a game. Oh, man. Do I want to go with the fiery youthfulness, perimeter specialty, energy of the Oklahoma City Thunder? Do I want to go with the greatest player on the earth, Denver Nuggets? I'm going Oklahoma City Thunder. All right, so the finals, Boston Celtics versus Oklahoma City Thunder. I will hopefully get a prediction video out before that series gets underway. Assuming that is the series, it very well could be the other one. Could be Knicks versus Nuggets. Could be Cavaliers versus Mavericks. I don't know. I'm predicting two rounds, so a whole lot could go crazy here. But I appreciate you guys watching my ramblings. I changed the channel name, by the way, to B-Ball Rambling, because that's kind of what I do. I do like making scripted videos, and I will continue to make scripted videos. But even when I make scripted videos, I feel like I'm kind of just rambling. So that's a new channel name. Comment your predictions down below. Like the video. Even if you don't like it, just like the video. It helps me out a lot. And subscribe for more basketball content. I will see you all next time.